Hi, welcome to Mainland Cycle Center's new vehicle department. Today I want to show you a brand new 2013 Kawasaki Mule 4010 Trans 4x4. Now this is the Trans model, which means this has the dual bench seats. And what's unique about these Trans models is that you can convert them from a dual bench seat model with a short bed. You can fold up that second rear seat and extend that bed so you can have a single bench seat and a long bed, basically in the same unit. It's just been really popular. It's a really great feature. One of the things I love about these is that Kawasaki keeps the wheelbase nice and short, which it makes them go over ground, it gives them better ground clearance, helps them go over obstacles better. But now this is a 2013 model, and what's new for 2013 is this front bumper. Has this steel front bumper as opposed to the kind of plastic covered bumper we had before. Definitely tougher looking on this bumper, and I don't think you'll feel as much of a need to go out and replace that bumper right away. But, so I think we're real happy about the new front bumper. The other big news for 2013 is that we've got this new dash mounted fuel gauge and hour meter. And turn this on. Now this one doesn't have a lot of gas in, but you can see that red LED flashing. So now you've got a fuel gauge in the dash instead of the gauge in the top of the tank that you had to fold up the seat and look at. They also changed the steering wheel, so we've got a new steering wheel for 2013. This is also a new color for the Mule for 2013. We used this Mule in the Brute Forces and the Terex 4s last year. But also the rear receiver now is a 2-inch receiver instead of the 1.25-inch receiver. So it'll take a standard drawbar now, which is fantastic because we almost all have the 2-inch drawbars around. That's what fits the trucks and things like that. So that's really great. So that's kind of what's new for 2013. We'll go over just some of the basic features of the Mule 4010 Trans. They're an automatic transmission, so you've just got a gas pedal and a brake pedal down there, but you've got high, low, neutral, and reverse. You just move your shifter through the gate to shift that. These are, of course, electric start. They're fuel injected, so you just turn the key and crank them up. They start real easily and do really well. It's got a 12-volt power outlet there. Dual glove boxes, one on this side, another one over here on this side. The horn button is now right there instead of in the steering wheel. With this new steering wheel, there's no horn button here. Headlights there. And then you've got selectable 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. And let me just kind of explain this to you a little bit. These are designed really to be used in 2-wheel drive the majority of the time. If you need 4-wheel drive, then put it in 4-wheel drive, but we don't want you to run it in 4-wheel drive if you've got good traction. I mean, if you're driving down the street on good pavement where you've got good traction in 4-wheel drive, then you'll get a knocking sound in the drive. And so we want you to only use the 4-wheel drive when you need 4-wheel drive. Now if you need more traction, put it in 4-wheel drive. Now the other thing that you have is you have a locking and unlocking rear differential. That's this right here. And that controls the rear end. So with this unlocked, basically you've got one wheel driving in the back. You can pull this down and lock it, and that gives you both rear wheels, full power, no slippage between the wheels. It's like a solid axle in the back. So if you're riding along and you need more traction, the first thing you want to do is lock this differential. If you still need more traction, then you want to put it in 4-wheel drive. Okay? And now you can run it locked all the time. It won't hurt the Mule at all. Other than if you're using it on hard surface, such as the parking lot here at the store, then you'll wear down the tires faster. As it turns, that inside wheel's making a smaller circle, and it has to slip a little bit. So that's going to be wear and tear on the tires. If you're using it, say, in your yard, you could tear the grass up a little bit, which may be okay. But if you're using it on a golf course, which for maintenance or something like that, you wouldn't want to be tearing that up. So, but most of the time, you probably would use it unlocked. You'll save a little wear and tear on the surface and on your tires. But you can run it locked all the time. No reason other than wearing out the tires faster that you can't do that. Okay. Of course, you've got your hour meter also built in with that new fuel gauge. We've got some instrument lights up here. We've got DFI, which is digital fuel injection, a power steering fault light there. This P is for parking brake, just let you know the parking brake's on. Temperature, and then oil pressure there. This little lever here pops the hood. It's got storage here in the front there, so that opens. You've got a really nice large storage compartment right there. The coolant reservoir is under here right there. There's also some little caps that will let you access the radiator cap, and there's another one here to let you get to the master cylinder. Drink holders on each side, here and here. Nice diamond plate floor. Here's your parking brake. These do have seat belts for all 4 passengers. Now this is called a Mule Trans, as I was telling you. This rear seat will fold up. And so basically what you do is you have a little pull right here. Give that a little push. And then this seat back folds down. And then you undo these latches here. And this seat will fold up. And then what happens is these wings right here pull out. And then you've got a little latch right here. You undo this latch. Once you pull that one out and undo that latch, then you pick this piece up here, boom, and drop it down right here. And then that latch is going to go right back into the hole down here. And then you're going to latch this latch back to the bed. It makes everything nice and solid. But that'll give you a long bed from here all the way back to the tailgate. So it really gives you the best of both worlds. And then once this seat is flipped up, then that will let you tilt your bed there. And it's a manual tilt bed. It does have a prop on it. I didn't set it. They tilt pretty good without it. But this uses a 620cc. I believe it's actually 617 cc's. But we refer to it as a 620cc V-twin. It's a liquid cooled motor, so there's a radiator. These are fuel injected. And they do real good. Just a very high torque motor, lots and lots of power. One of the cool things about these mules is right up here is your air intake on the back of this roll cage. And there's 2 of them, one here and one over there. And the air comes down this pipe. Comes down, if you'll notice, there's a hose here coming off, and then here we have a filter. Now this filter is for the torque converter. It comes around down through there. And then we have an exhaust for the torque converter there. But we circulate air through this torque converter to keep it cool. And we filter the air we circulate through the torque converter. And then that air is intaked right up here where we get a cleaner air. There's less dust up high. And then you've got one on that side. The hose comes around, there's a filter right over there, and that's for the intake, for the motor. So cleaner air in the motor means the filter is going to stay cleaner longer. The motor is going to get less dirt, which is going to lead to longer engine life. So plus, plus, plus all the way around on that. But very durable motor, very reliable, spin-on type oil filter. Here's your dipstick to check your engine oil. You actually do that with this seat flipped down, so you don't have to unload the bed and tilt the bed just to check the engine oil. Now to fill it, you would have to tilt the bed. Okay. Put that back down. Sorry about that. All right. So there we have it back in 4-seat mode. These are a semi-independent rear suspension, which means that you can, that axle can move kind of like this. 23-inch tall tires, 10-inch wheels, steel bed, diamond plate floorboard. Here's your fuel fill right there. Great looking units, lots of accessories for these. We put lift kits, wheels and tire kits, tops, stereos, you name it. You can deck these mules out with them. We have bigger, heavier duty bumpers with 2-inch receivers that can go on the front. Can mount a winch on the front. Just lots of cool stuff you can do with these. Very popular mule. But there you have it. That's a overview on the 2013 Kawasaki Mule 4010 Trans. And this new color is called Scout Green. Alright. We are Mainland Cycle Center, and we're located about 30 minutes south of downtown Houston, just off of I-45 in LaMarque, Texas. Our website is mainlandcyclecenter.com. Our phone number is 409-948-4969. Give us a call, shoot us an email, come by and see us. We'd love to help any way we can. Thanks for watching.